Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. Let's see here. So far, we have Rambling Canuck. Good morning, Rambling. NB Geek. Good morning. And Bird of Prey. Good morning. Now, I have a couple of things to do. Let's see here. First of all, I need to mute the tab. Yitzy Lemons. Let's see here. Good afternoon or almost afternoon. I don't know. I forget which time zone you're in, so it's a little easier to just. It's either late morning or early afternoon. Let's see here. Now we got this posted on Facebook. We've got this posted on Twitter. And good morning, old media guy. Now I need to get the link to the new stream. There we go. And then to my group. And there we are. Now we got that taken care of. So what's going on this morning, everyone? Oh, yes, there's one other person I need to get that out to. One of them is on, let's see here. I got to get to the, where's it at? On the list. There it is. There we go. Got that taken care of. So, and good morning, Andrew James Morrison. What is going on today, everyone? Let's see here. I am already breaking my no coffee because my doctor wanted me to have only water in the morning. Well, actually, what the doctor told me, it was one of the nurses. And it's like, yeah, screw that. I'm not going for another 5 hours without coffee. That would be a dangerous thing to do. So let's see here. All right, let's see. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. Tuesday, December 15th. Oh my gosh, it's 10 days until Christmas. Wow. Yeah, let's see here. Nothing. Okay, and James Andrew Morrison. Nothing. I have no chores to do, no work. I'm going to eat, drink, and play games. Well, okay. Let's see here. Let's start out. What are you going to eat? What are you going to drink? And what games are you going to play? Because obviously, okay, it's midday again. Okay, sorry. I forget which time zone you're in, so it's just easier. I just either one. Chicory. I've never had it with chicory. What is that like, old media guy? And I did send you the link in Discord if you would like. check. There's one thing I need to do on Facebook. Because I forgot. There's one person I send to on Facebook. Let me go to my messages. There. And there. We got it. And if Dave G. Sand is awake, I will probably be hearing from him, assuming he is. Okay. Mostly coffee for mostly coffee for lunch. I'm having lasagna and playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Okay, that sounds fun. Find chicory to be very bitter. I like I said, I've never had it, so I don't know. And Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, greetings from the third sub-basement of hell. And I always thought you were in the fourth sub-basement of hell. Ah, okay. I understand. And good morning, Kate. How are you this morning? James Andrew Morrison. My mother used to like it. She bought camp coffee. Camp coffee. That doesn't. I don't know. Anyhow, Kate, I don't know if you've been around. I haven't seen you. I don't know if you'd heard that a lot of channels are now doing a more lockdown version of their open streams because of some issues. And I'm not going to name names because we're not going to draw attention to those people. We'll tell when they're on because they'll be doing downvotes. And every time they do, I celebrate. It's a brand of liquid coffee in a bottle. I had a lot of caffeine, but no actual coffee. Oh, wow. It sounds strong. That's all I can say. It sounds strong. Let's see. Had a cup of half coffee, half chicory yesterday. It was okay. Well, coffee's not exactly, it's got a bitterness of its own. So, better in Bengal spice tea. I don't believe I've ever had that. What type of flavor does it have to it? I'm uh I have to admit I've tried a lot of teas. That's not one I've ever heard of. It's a chai mix. Okay. Okay. Um let's see here. I do like green tea, uh Earl Grey, which yes, I admit I started having because of Star Trek. Um I don't generally care for black tea, but that's just my personal preference. Uh, it's like Iranian black tea. Now, see, I've heard that is actually better than like what we have in America, their black tea. Um, Russian black tea. Uh, how was that comparatively to the uh, American and Brit teas? Because that's something that Lady Grey is Earl Grey with orange zest. Now I never knew that. I knew it had when I had it before. I knew it had a citrusy flavor and wasn't similar to Earl Grey, but I didn't know there was an actual uh, connection. Russian black tea is like barbecue tea. That sounds disgusting. Um, okay, got Oliver Franklin. Do I get confused because the Russian word for tea is chai, which has become a drink all of its own in America, I believe. And yes, you are correct. It has. Let's see here. The morning brew today is going to be probably a little shorter than normal. Um, it depends on what else is going on, of course. Uh, because I have a doctor's appointment later, I want to make sure I'm all ready to go. And let's see here. James Enter Morrison. Yeah. What I call Stoker's broth. Russian black tea is so strong you can stand a spoon in it. Ooh. Ouch. Russian black and American chai have nothing to do with each other. Okay. Um, so what does it have? What does American chai have to do with? If you don't mind my asking, I had a friend that okay, Oliver Franklin Doom. I had a friend that made English breakfast tea so strong that you had to use a ceramic mug. Everything else wouldn't survive. Ooh, yeah, been there. Um, actually, I went to a what was it? Subway, and I got some coffee because I was out and I needed some coffee. I went over. I had well, I got a cup, took a sip, and oh, let me put it to you this way: if any of you know what night shift coffee tastes like, because yes, it's got a distinct taste. Um, this was night shift double blend. Uh, Mike. Okay, my kind of tea is strong and black, occasionally with lemon. Let's see, I usually prefer mine to be a mid range strength, not too strong, not too weak. American chai tastes like pumpkin spice without the pumpkin. Hmm, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. That might actually taste good. Uh, let's see here. Nitric acid with a hint of rust. Ooh, how interesting tasting. Yeah, yeah. And trust me, this tasted more like if they decided to throw in some dirt as well. Just you know, let's just put the dirt in the filter too and make it a little extra strong. It was like they had taken 2 packets of the coffee because most of the places use the industrial size um, coffee makers. Like they taken 2 packets of coffee when it requires one and poured it in the filter both at the same time and turned it on and made it. And yeah, wasn't good. So, of course, I immediately uh, asked for my money back. And well, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Okay, fine. So I went ahead, I rinsed out my cup, which actually cost less than the pop did. And I decided to get a coffee cup full of pop because that stuff was just god awful. Uh, Eastern Park colder. I drank tea lots yesterday. It was cold out. Yeah. Oh, and good morning, Finner Fire. Uh, let's see here. There's a company that does a monthly teas. I'm subscribed. Uh, yeah, I used to belong to a thing that did that. I can't. Jovalia, where you get coffees or teas, and then things well changed in my life. Uh, oh, yeah. Let's see here. Like chicory, and let's see here. Where can I get a hold of you, Finra Fire? Are you on Skype or not Skype? Are you on Twitter or Discord? Ah, yes, I understand. Chicory and coffee goes back to the U.S. Civil War. Um, I know I've heard of it, but like I said, I've never had it. Oh. And let's see here. And if you all have noticed the image I have up, that which was provided by Yitza Lemons, who is very talented. Um, okay, what's going on, Bird? I saw you in chat before, so let's see here. Okay, that was sent out. That was sent out. Okay, let's see here if I can. There we go. I'm going to send out a couple more links because I don't remember if a couple of these people are part of the group or not. So, update on your. Okay. Oh, good. I somebody mentioned in the chat before about the person that we're not talking about. I noticed an update on my report, and hopefully there will be a new update on the second report that I made, but that's another story. And JP's good morning. Oh, Fender Fire, I DM'd you on Twitter a while. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Try to figure out how to get a link to you, JP's. I'm not sure. In fact, let me check real quick. Because I'm not absolutely certain. There it is. Now I can go back and copy and get back to the actual thing. My great grandfather woke up with a very strong coffee, something good start for an old man with aches and pains. Yeah. And Eastern Brookholder, good morning, or I'm sorry, good afternoon. Don't know. Let me go ahead and get this link sent out since I told him I would send it out to him. So we got that taken care of. Oh, okay. I send it the other way. And now we got somebody backstage. Good morning, JPs.
Hello.
What's going on?
I don't know. I just woke up. Went to sleep when Bill ended his stream. I'm awake now.
what woke you up?
Just time to get up
Well, yeah, that's
because I was falling asleep after basically went for a nap.
right. Yeah, I've done that before myself.
And Valeria's got day off, so that's why I'm up and up on your panel. And I can actually talk
appreciate
now.
that.
I don't have to be quiet.
That's a good thing.
So what are you up to?
Oh, not too much. So I
Sorry.
no, not a problem. That's life.
Morning cigarette hack.
Yep. That happens. It's not like if you had anything you could transmit it over the internet.
Oh, trust me, I wish I had it just to transmute it to everybody else. Dude, I'd be licking the goddamn buttons in the elevator.
That's disgusting, but funny. Um,
Just to give everybody else COVID in this building. It would be funny.
Uh,
Make everybody else miserable.
well, I have another disgusting way you could do it, and absolutely make sure you do it. You spread it if you had it. Ugh. Talk. You could go around and lick everybody's doorknob.
Yeah, but then again, I'm sure I'd get the herpes and everything else.
Oh yeah, and actually, yes, JP's does have a good voice for radio or YouTube. You're correct.
What?
Eastern Burkholder said that you have a
Oh,
great
okay. I
voice.
just pulled up the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't take compliments well.
Yes, I know, old media guy. I said spread it. My brain is still waking up. I've had one cup of coffee.
Is MB Geek awake?
He should be. He was just on the stream and then ended it so I could that I could start. And I don't know where he is. He's probably getting coffee or something. Um,
What else would I say, James? Or what else would Trek say?
that's what I'm trying to understand. I'm so pleased you said door. Um, yeah,
See, I went the smart way. I went with the apartment's elevator buttons.
that's true. Oh, oh, God.
This way, everybody has touch those.
Oh, oh. Okay, I forgot we have perverts in our midst. Yes. Of course, I'm proud to say I'm one of them usually, but not at this time in the morning. For
What do you mean?
fuck's sake.
There's a there isn't a time frame allotted for it. It's
No, but my brain
always
has
on.
to be functional. And yeah, this time in the morning, yeah, my brain is not quite fully functional. I need at least 2 cups of coffee in me, and
Let's see what am I drinking right now. I've got Barks Cherry Root Beer.
ooh,
I don't know if that's American.
I've
The
never,
States.
I've never had it, but I like Barks root beer.
Yeah, it's basically Barks Root Beer but black cherry.
Ah, wow, that sounds good. And that
So
no,
I don't
James.
pick other people's knobs
That's no, that's no, that's just
because I don't know where they've been.
um. Okay, come on, bird, rescue me.
Why?
Something. Oh, oh, evil dictator of Kuroga, where art thou?
He's flogging his peasants.
Ah, too much Benny Hill in your youth. Okay, now that makes sense. That's yeah.
I think I saw Benny Hill once or twice when I was younger.
Yeah. I've seen it a few times. There were times I was up late at night because it was on late here. So yeah, I let's see here. Okay, I've got
They say let's get MB Geek in here.
Uh,
We need some intelligent speak.
okay. Then why do we want to be geek? Uh, now, speaking of intelligent speak,
Oh, geez.
Mr. Mute is on.
Hello world, it's Berto Prey 5. Kapla. I was in the
Kapla.
front typing that I was in backstage because you weren't letting me in, so I didn't know if you knew I was here.
Oh, yeah. I heard the little ding.
Wow.
And
Ding, president.
Certainly let me wander in the backstage area for a bit.
Yes. That's what
How
dictator.
are things this morning, JPs?
How are things? It's not cold here in the apartment anymore,
Good.
but my nipples are still hard.
TMI.
well, thank you for sharing that information.
They still have yet to recover from yesterday.
Probably no one but your wife would want to hear.
I have no choice.
She learned quickly that anything and everything comes out of my mouth.
And oh yes, Professor Brainy Specs, or as some call him, Professor Brainy Sex, says Bert is a dingling.
This time.
Don't the cat thinks she's getting something.
No. Just a reminder if you didn't do them yet, Trick.
What? Oh, I had my medicine. I made sure. In fact, that's why I was a minute late, because I went in, got my medicine, then came back and noticed that StreamYards had disconnected me. Okay, so I had to re-log in. Great. Took a few extra seconds, but hey, big deal.
We're taking our sanity pills now.
Let's see here. Hard Tuesday, it seems. Well, yeah. My kitten is interested in that shaking sound. What? Oh, the shaking sound that he made. Yeah. That would be the pills.
Yep.
And how is Mama Prey?
Just waking up. So.
Ah. Let's see here. James says, I think I'm lucky in that regard. I'm the only person I know of my age. Not on about 7 tablets a day.
I win. 16.
I don't know your age, so for all I know, you could be 60. I don't know. We've got all ages in our community. It's funny because there are some of them I found that were actually younger than I thought. 53. Okay, so you're what? About the same age as Andy Turker claims to be.
Nobody can be that old.
Well, I think that's why he claims to be 53. It makes it easier for most people to deal with.
He was so old that Jesus used to be his friend.
Oh, I thought he babysat Jesus.
He's so old he farts dust.
Oh, thank God he's not going to be listening to this.
Steroid shots up the nose.
Trust me, he's got much better things to listen to. Um,
Yeah, his wife.
True. That would be priority number one.
And then the voices in his head are priority number two.
I think the kids would be number two. Then those. But you gotta have priorities set.
Yep.
Mine is to simply try to maintain some sanity. I use the word maintain, implying that there was any to begin with. That feels better to say that. Is so. Does anyone in the chat have anything going on today? Um, I'm sure Bird's going to be on later with something. I know it's not Wednesday, so it's not Deep Space Nine. Um,
Open lines today.
Open lines
No.
today.
The open lines, if I'm playing a game or not, that remains to be seen.
Doctor's appointment. You have a doctor's appointment as well.
I could be at work in 12 hours.
I'm well. Hopefully, work goes well for you later.
It doesn't count yet because it's not here.
Why?
Because so much can happen between now and then.
That's true. Yes, one of those appointments. I have no idea what kind of appointment it is, but yeah. My doctor's appointment is simply because I'm on a medication that needs to be regulated because it could potentially cause liver damage. So yeah, they want to do blood work.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get blood work done every week. I think the last time I had it done was 6 or 8 months ago.
Yeah, originally I was having it done quarterly. Thankfully, they've got it down to annually because it's like, nah, I don't like that. It wasn't really. Of course, at that point, I was actually paying out the nose every time I went because I was going to see a specialist for them to take my blood. So it's like, yeah, nothing like getting 2 bills.
Well,
Now that
I
I-
used to
Go
wait
ahead.
in line to get my blood work done. So
I have to go to my doctor. He'll order the blood work done, the whatever, I can't think of what to call it, the starts with a P. Comes in the hospital. I called them vampires because they always came at night and woke me up and wanted to take my blood. It's like, yeah, you couldn't have waited an hour. Um,
no, don't get me going there.
let's see, Easter Burkholder. Elective procedures closed down in my state. I got mine day before the cutoff happened. Oh, that's good to hear. People, you get colonoscopy. Easy detection saves lives. I've never had one, and quite honestly,
Be happy you haven't.
okay, why is that? I could probably ask Bert as well.
Because you have, first of all, you have to go fasting like I think it's 2 days before.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The day before, you have to drink 4 liters of something called Keg Light. You have to drink that within 12 hours of your appointment. This stuff that they give you is a cloudy, thick, viscous liquid. It tastes like they try and hide the taste by like fruitifying it, like fruit punch. But it's so difficult going down. You can't eat anything, and within 12 hours, you have to drink all 4 liters of this liquid.
Yep. I had something similar. Yeah.
Usually, about after the first 2 liters gone down, that's when your body decides it's going to start emptying itself out of all contents.
Uh-huh.
Not out your throat either.
Yep. Yeah, I had to have that on. I don't remember which birthday, but I had surgery on the 27th. My birthday was December 26th. So yeah, I had to have that while sitting on the toilet because there's a lot.
Yeah,
to
so
drink.
needless to say, like your appointment time is coming up, and you're afraid to leave the goddamn house or the apartment because you don't know if you're going to shit yourself on the way to the appointment at the appointment because it's still coming out.
Eastern Burkle, apparently I'm boring and normal on the inside. Pics to prove it. Cool. And you'll be pooping clear water. I was. That was absolutely. There is no feeling to describe that. If you haven't had it done, if you hadn't had to have that stuff,
Well, I've had
be
it done
grateful.
with anesthesia. That was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, the anesthesia wore off halfway through, and the nurse actually had to hold me down. The third time was without anesthesia because I didn't tell someone to come pick me up, and there was nobody could watch me for 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
So it's basically they're like, "Oh, we'll cancel it, or else you go in without anesthesia." And I'm like, I just went through all this ordeal of starvation and drinking that shit. I'm like, we're gonna do it. So needless to say, that wasn't very fun.
Fun. That would probably be the last word I would choose.
But the best part after it was done on all 3 times,
Yes.
afterwards you feel like a balloon and you fart like crazy because it's so damn hilarious. And it's like you're moving and it's like all of a sudden brr, 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 brr. Sound like a goddamn motorboat. Well, the first 2 were to see if there was anything there. And then they found what are they called? Polyps. And the third time was to go in and get rid of them all. And then now, like after the third time, it was like the guy's like, okay, so you have to see me now every 5 years. I'm like, fuck that shit. This is what I have to look forward to in another 5 years.
Yay! How
Dead.
fun! And we have Dave G Sound.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello,
Good,
Dave.
sir. I saw you guys on earlier on Geeks, and my wife was up early, so I don't do this while she's out and about.
Right.
Gotta pay the attention. And then, of course, I was about to come on, and she had just left, and her traditional, oh, I forgot to tell you this right when I was face to face with you for the entire evening and the entire morning, and I know you're going to do your little internet thing, and so I figured I'd call you right after leaving the house as usual. And I thought maybe she wouldn't, but she did. You know, she loved me, whatever.
And then talk for 20 or 30 minutes, right?
About stuff we've already talked about. And I hate feeling belittling, like, you know, that I showed you that this is ready to be submitted for proposal and this is done and that is, and oh well, I just wanted to make sure. And it's like, you're just bored on your way to work, play the radio. So I talked with her for a bit. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. Tired, a little early. Haven't been up all night.
Up all night. What's something going on, or
Oh no, I haven't been up all night.
oh, you haven't been up all night?
No. I had the evening off of work, and I just kind of took it easy and actually slept when people often sleep, except for people like you, and Jedi Bill, and Bird of Prey, JP, Loki. Anyway.
Last night, I took a nap, a 3-hour nap. Oh no.
Yeah, I can do those. That's okay with me. You know, I don't mind being. When I'm tired, it's like the Klingon way. When I'm hungry, I eat.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm tired, I sleep. When somebody says, "Okay, we're going to eat at such and such," I find it massively inconvenient. I'm like, "Well, why don't you go ahead and I'll sit with you?" But I'm not physically hungry. I don't feel the need to have to gorge myself at 7 p.m.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, but it's still a social experience. You know, you still
Yeah.
have to make the time. But that doesn't. So that then comes the whole. Well, what do you want? Well, I'm not hungry, so it doesn't matter. But what do you want to eat? I don't want to eat. I'm not hungry. It doesn't matter. What do you want? Well, I don't know. What do you? Just eat the food. I'm cool with a frozen burrito, and she loves to cook like rocket ships. You know, she comes home from work and is like, "Oh, I saw this recipe, and I'm gonna go to town on this." And it's like, man, I just had a handful of Chex Mix. I'm good for the night. Yeah.
The bad part is when you try new recipes, you can get like disappointed because the stuff tastes like shit.
Let's see.
Yeah, that is true. And one of the interesting things is she embellishes on every recipe. She has got literally 2 shelves full of cookbooks, and she knows exactly which one to go to for what recipe, and she'll open it up and she'll go, okay, and she uses that as a model for what she's going to end up cooking.
Right.
So it'll say, you know, exact measurements of this and this and this and this, and she'll go, no, we're not going to add that. We're going to replace it with it, and ends up being really good. I've yet to be disappointed, honestly. In the last 12 years, she has not disappointed me with cooking anything, and I think that must be a world record somehow. And she ruins what I call, as a joke, ruins food, meaning I can't go out and get chicken wings anywhere anymore. I can't go out and get a Philly cheesesteak anywhere anymore because I know what I can have at home for a quarter of the price for double the quality.
Right. Oh yeah. Let's see.
I mean, there's like one or two, like Chinese food still, like we had Chinese the other day. She can make it at home, but it's a little different when you don't have to do all the prepping. You give them $20 and you end up with this smorgasbord meal of, basically it's just a salt lick, but it tastes
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and this is why I don't normally go out to eat. But there have been times it's like, yeah, I do kind of like, particularly going to a like a Chinese restaurant or a another kind of buffet where I can choose different things. I haven't been in God knows how long. Um, let's see here.
The only reason I used to like buffets is because you pay a price and you can eat as much as you want.
Yeah, my thing with buffets is one, I love them because they're overwhelming. Hopefully, they're overwhelming. You know,
Mhm.
not the food court salad bar, the ones that are like the entire place is just. Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't see that entire setup over there. Or, you know, that's just the noodle station. You
yeah,
know, but man, so my thing is you have to kind of really be hungry and to pay. You know, we went, where was it? It was in Colonial Beach in Virginia, and we went to a place that's, you know, it was in the middle of the day, a place that's famous for its seafood, had a lovely view,
hmm
but the interior looked like a bingo hall, like it had a drop ceiling that seemed a little low and, you know, kind of shitty. And we sat
yeah.
at the bar, and they brought us free, some of the best hush puppies I've ever had. That was their bar peanuts, hot hush puppies.
Ooh,
And man, they were. And okay, like I said, I can have a handful of Chex Mix and be good. So then the next phase is, do you want to look at the menu? And the menu, everybody went there for their seafood buffet.
right.
Both things that I'm not really into that much. I'm not that huge on seafood. And you know, they had crab and fish and lobster, you know, all the and so you get the buffet all you can eat, but it was $25 per person for all you can
Right.
eat because they were walking by with trays just covered with crab, and they were like, yeah. And to me, it wasn't worth it because I'd eat like, I don't know, a piece of fish and be like, that was it. I'm full. That was $25. So we had a couple of drinks and eat the hush puppies, paid and tipped and left, and that was good. It's just that the all you can eat thing, like I used to love the brunches where you could go out all you can eat, you know, kind of same thing, you know, the fruit, the bacon, the omelet station, all that stuff. And the price has been creeping up, as things do.
Yeah,
But I think when I first used to go to this one place near me, I think it was $10, and now it's like 20.
yeah,
And for not eating that much, it's like, you know what, I'll just order something for 8 and probably have leftovers and be fine.
yeah. Exactly. Uh, you know, that's the thing. There are places I'll go, or used to go, I should say, and I'll order off the menu because I don't want the buffet price because I'm not gonna have anything worth it. Other times it'll be like, okay, yeah, it's worth it. You know, I can get uh, some steak, some chicken, some whatever. Because at that time I was going really heavy on protein,
Hmm.
not um, and this was right after my surgery. My doctor.
Bye, Fennemer Fire. Have a
Oh,
good day
and
at work.
let's see here. Have a nice day at work, Winter Fire. It was nice for you to stop by. I'm glad you did. Always glad to see everybody. Let's see here. Let's go back to the chat. Um,
Oh,
oh
excuse me.
yes, Eastern Burkholder. Yes, the recipe is a launching pad, not the finished product. It, there is a certain limitation to that. There are people who know how to cook, who can use it as a guide. Others really need to follow the recipe because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Um, and it goes that way until you get experience. The more you
Oh
cook, the more
yeah,
experience you
Eastern
get.
has a good point. Some of it's right off the Cisco delivery truck. Yeah, you can tell the places that it doesn't really matter sometimes how much they adapt it. You can tell that it's just right off the truck, and they threw some, you
Yeah,
know, they're special. Oh no, only we make it like this. It's like, nah, everybody else makes it like that too. Sorry.
Usually,
You
if it's
know,
a chain
most
restaurant,
pub food.
there will
Yeah,
be right off the Cisco truck.
yeah,
yeah.
Like let's say
And
Perkins,
even but
Montana.
even some of the small ones, the smaller like restaurant pubs, because it's, you know, they're they're one of the few games in town for getting timely food deliveries, and so why and I guess if the price is right, it falls into your formula. Why not? That's not you're not really going to the pub to expect. Well, they're well known for their coco vin, or it's
Right.
you're gonna get pub wings, pub fries, pub burger,
Yeah.
a beer in a dirty glass. That's par for the course. That's fine. And the individual owners, they'll big things up. They'll do their half price burger days and things like, which I know some of the chefs, they're like, do not get them. Everybody gets them. We don't care on that day. They're already cooked. They're sitting on the side of the grill. We slap them together, especially around lunchtime. That's why they have rules on half price burger day that they don't do to go orders. Because people would just say it's half price burger day. Yeah, give me 20 for my work crew, and it would overwhelm the people that were actually dining in. The
Right.
kitchen couldn't get them their food hot because they were busy. So, and also you're not ordering drinks at the pub and things like that if you're not there. But and what it is, what it is. It's a pub burger. It's a thick burger with a bun. It's all Cisco stuff. Luckily, if they know what they're doing, they used salt and pepper when they were cooking it, and nothing else. Unless you order the smoke burger, and then they use liquid smoke probably.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Liquid smoke is absolutely disgusting.
I think so.
I can tell when barbecue places use it. And there was one time, in fact, I went up and I complained. I said, why are you using liquid smoke? You have a smoker. Well, we don't use liquid smoke. Really? Because I can sure tell the taste of it. It's nasty.
Yeah.
And so and I was not being. No, I wasn't yelling, but I wasn't exactly being quiet either. The manager quietly approached me and said, "I would appreciate you not discussing this so loudly because we don't want people to know." I said, "Really? So what the hell do you have a smoker for? Did you use liquid
That's
smoke?"
kind of an interesting reaction too, because as a manager, I would go, "Here's how to end this. We're really sorry that you're disappointed. Of course, we're going to comp your entire meal. And is there anything else you'd like to try though on the house?" That'd shut you up. It's done. It costs nothing off the overhead. As opposed to saying, "Don't talk about this in front of the customers,"
Mm-hmm.
because that just screams of reality. That's like he knows and he's telling.
Yeah, he's absolutely telling. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay.
On the other end of the spectrum, I'd be get the hell out, don't come back.
Mhm.
Don't like the food, don't eat it, get the hell out.
Yeah, I've actually left a couple of places that have changed ownership and that I would regularly eat lunch or dinner at, and they I don't know, their quality changed, and these are places that like I'd been going to for 14 years or something for lunch, and they changed owners, and of course they changed staff, so they got rid of everything that everybody liked, kept the name, kept the atmosphere, got rid of everything that the same people that I saw in there would get that were really good,
Right.
and reinvented, quote unquote, the menu. And everybody that I know, basically the entire core patronage of that business, just said we don't like it and not coming back, and just gave it up. You just ran everybody out. It's like what happened to the rib special on Tuesdays? That was the best. Oh, we're not doing that anymore. Everybody got that. Yeah, I know, but we only did it on Tuesdays, and it took up too much room, so we just got rid of it. Where are your jalapeno poppers? Oh, I didn't like those, so I took them off the menu. Oh, you didn't. Oh, okay. You're the owner. Okay. Why did you put up 6 more TVs in such a tiny area when you had one TV and people talking? You know, where did the dartboards go? That's a game. No, we're a sports pub. It always was. It just didn't say sports all over it. Every pub's a sports pub. You never walk into a
Um,
bar and see the History Channel on.
Go to
look
that
here.
bar.
Darts are a sport.
Yeah, I
It's
love
also
darts, man. I go. You show me a bar with it's like whatever happened to darts and a pool table, people gathering
Well,
around a
darts are
TV.
just dangerous.
Well,
There's a
yeah, they are.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
They are. They are. But it's funny when you go to one of these places to, I have my own darts, but because I'm that fancy. But you just say, hey, can I get some darts for the dartboard? You don't have to sign anything
No.
that says, I indemnify the establishment if I throw this dart and it flies backwards and hits the screaming little kid eating dinner at the next table. Because that would be a
Well,
complete and total accident.
you can't identify. You can't sign away someone else's rights.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it would be
yeah.
everybody else who comes in would have to sign saying they won't press charges if they
Yeah.
get hit by a dart,
I would hate to
which
run a
nobody
pub.
would do.
I would hate to run a pub for just the liability. You're basically inviting strangers to come get wasted, and you don't know how they're going to act or who's going to smash a bottle over somebody's head or not. I tend to go to the places that aren't like that, but I've been to places that were. I got tossed to the ground a couple of years ago because somebody did some real big, 3 times my size guy who'd seen me in there before during lunch uh, told a anti-Semitic joke and thought that I was the guy to tell it to, and I'd think it was funny, and reached out to shake my hand, and I told him he was a fucking asshole. I'm not touching his hand, and I knew what was coming. I knew I was going to get my ass kicked. It just had to be done, because nobody. I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, it was a vet bar. Yeah, a whole bunch of good old boys were up in there, but they didn't think it was funny either. And I just told him, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole. If you think that's funny, I'm not shaking your hand. That's not funny at all. He stood up and shoved me right down to the ground, no problem. And I was like, all right, well, that's what you got. That's cool. It was like really no problem. He didn't bust a bottle over my head or swing at me with a punch, And it was kind of dumb. And he was big, but I knew before I opened my mouth that was going to happen, and I was like, nah, not standing for it. I ended up being right too because he shoved me down. But whatever, I'm not going to listen to that crap, and I'm definitely not going to act like I'm with you when it's so wrong, so wrong. I won't even tell you what he said because it was so wrong, and it wasn't about me, but it wasn't funny, and
no.
it was cruel, and it was heartless, and it was
A-
very anti-Semitic.
And good morning, Orville Nation. How are you?
Good morning, Orville Nature.
Or I don't know what time it is in Australia or wherever the hell he is now. Wherever
I
Spain.
thought you were in Spain. Yeah.
Spain. He's in Spain. I don't know what time
Papa
it is.
Orville
In Spain.
Nation.
I'm not looking at a map. I don't have that time zone
Spain and
memorized.
Australia are easy to confuse. There's a lot of similarities.
Shut up, bird.
Well, they speak the same
sound the
language, right?
In Spain, they run with the bulls. In Australia, they run away from the dingoes and the koalas and the crocs.
And the spiders.
I was going to
Yeah.
say that.
And the
Okay, I've
snake.
had one
And the
cup
ruse.
of coffee. I've had one cup of coffee. Oh, my brain is just. I need more coffee, but I'm not supposed to have it.
Why? We both like shrimp on the Barbie. In Spain, they call it shrimpa de barba.
Oh my god.
What do they call it in Canada?
Boy, they call it frozen shrimp in Canada.
What? Nothing about seals?
The seals, they eat the frozen shrimp, and then it's easy to club them. Pop, pop, pop.
There was somebody that called those.
Yes, Professor Brainy Sex. They have the same dialect.
Oh, and good morning, Mendermark.
Yeah, Bird of Prey needs a travel channel. Put a green screen behind him, like put him in front of like places, and he'll do all the accents.
All the accents of the world with Bird Prey 5.
Exactly.
Oh, that
Oi,
trick.
now I'm Mexican.
That's so Sheldon, like Sheldon's the thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oi,
god. Okay.
now I'm
That-
Irish. Oi, now I'm from St. Lucia. Bird should do an educational channel with deliberate misinformation. That is funny. I thought that's what I was doing. Son of a bitch.
Oh, and thank you, Orville Nation. I'm glad you do. It's funny because I had I've been listening to Jedi Bill, and then all of a sudden, he was going off earlier, and so it's like, okay, what the heck? I had gotten that subscription for $10 a month, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to start doing something in the mornings because that was really the best time for me. Even though I could probably do a show later and have more people show up, but knowing that I have at least a couple of hours without the kids here, makes it a little nicer because there are times noise gets a little much. Deliberate what? That would actually make a good channel name. Deliberate misinformation.
Or you could call it fake news.
That's actually, what all the news is, isn't it? At least the media news.
Or fake travel channel.
The fake travel channel.
The fake travel channel. Yes.
Imagine if you were here. Well, you're not. You're sitting at home, aren't you?
Well, now we just need to get a green screen for Bird.
Yeah.
I have a green screen. It's just hard to set up, and it comes out like shit because my lighting's bad. But
well, then we need to get him better lighting.
Such a channel, I would imagine that the fact the green screen is so poorly done would just be a positive.
Oh hell yeah! That would just
that would actually, yeah.
And on some episodes, you'd wear a green shirt too. Just like the weatherman when
the necktie where you can see through the chest.
Or have green bedding.
I have that. We tried the green bedding. We tried lots of green stuff. Tried to make it so you couldn't see the hospital bed. I have green sheets, green pillowcases, all types of green.
I think that didn't work out too well. Otherwise, you'd be doing it.
Exactly.
The background footage, it would be really funny to master the background footage. So say your travel channel is at the shore in New York, that infamous one where you can see the Statue of Liberty, where they shoot the insurance commercials now. That But in order to do it realistically, not only would it have to be live footage, but capture a couple of people walking by, kind of looking over at you. You know, just so it looks like you're actually there. And when you go like, so anyway, and these couple looks over at you as you're talking, but it's all pre-recorded. That would be cool.
That would be cool. Let's see here. Orville Nation. I thought about doing a fake news channel for a while. Could be hysterical. You know, you need to
Only if it was
contact
funnier
Orville.
than the
Maybe
real news.
maybe you and he could collaborate and get something going to well, since Orville Nation has a green screen that we know works well, he could be the man on the street.
Now, every once in a while, though, Orville Nation, I love you, PJ. That was so funny when you were drinking a beer and it looked like you were drinking a water, like a clear water, because
Yeah.
it was the green screen effect, and you started playing with it. That was funny, man. I miss being able to see your streams. I'm usually at work or sleeping to go to work.
I'm usually able to catch most of his streams. There are times I'll actually be asleep and then I'll have missed it, but I always have the notifications on when I know he's going to be on because it's like I want to go.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm going to say something. It bugs me. I don't actually talk to her, so it's a complaint. It's a gripe. I know. I see meteorologist Katie on there, and it's like, can you not smile so damn much?
Hey. Okay, some people like to see her smile.
It's a fake smile.
It's cheery, god damn it.
Some people are just too
Just
deaf.
look at it upside down and you'll get a happy frown.
There you go. Turn that smile upside down.
Hell no.
Make it into a happy frown.
Well, what's fake about it?
It's a TV smile.
So?
I said it was a complaint. I
It's
don't like it.
real if you can see it. It's not like a green screen smile.
Well, okay, you're right. It's not a green screen.
She was wearing a green mask and had a green screen smile. That would be a fake smile.
Okay, when I say fake, I mean not genuine. She's so used to smiling when she's on the news, she smiles the same way when she's on the internet.
Think she's a genuinely smiling person.
Wait. She's actually a meteorologist on the news?
Yes.
Yes, that's why it's her name.
Katie. Yeah.
She works for a news station in I don't know how to pronounce it. Iowa. Suixland, Iowa, wherever the hell it is. Somewhere in the middle of the country.
Well, I'm glad. Okay, I see. Here's the thing: I see things from one viewpoint. I hear yours, and obviously, yes, also feels
the
the same
thing
way.
is, she's like what, like 23 or 24. Cynicism hasn't hit her yet.
Exactly.
She hasn't realized how incredibly shitty the rest of the world really is.
Which means she's probably still liberal.
I would imagine. I mean, I don't know, but I would guess 10 or 15 years. She's going to be in for an awakening. Unfortunate, but
I didn't know she was that young. Quite honestly,
she's pretty young. I don't
know.
I honestly, I don't know. It's not like I know how old she is, but she strikes me as someone who hasn't hit 25.
Let's see here.
I mean, she wants to be on Survivor, so
Okay.
she can't be that old.
I remember a time when I was liberal and young like that.
Yeah.
think
I
it-
remember seeing the first season of Survivor. She probably wasn't even born yet.
Probably.
That's how old that show is.
That's, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, really.
Old media guy, we're talking about meteorologist Katie, whose YouTube is so many fandoms, and you should definitely check out her channel. She
Absolutely.
does.
I know Orville Nation has the link, and I know he's a mod in my channel, so he
She
can
does.
drop that link in.
What's her name? Katie?
She does weather forecasts for all types of fandoms, including Star Trek, Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
DuckTales, some
Doctor
other
Who.
stuff. Doctor Who, yeah.
Did you say DuckTales?
DuckTales, ooh.
Now we must sing the whole song.
No. We do not want a
hurricanes here in
Well, with bird
Duckburg.
singing, that's fine. Yeah, that's not going to get a match on us because his singing is akin to his accents.
Really?
I love you, Bert, but you're not a professional singer. I'm not
Life is
either.
like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woohoo!
Okay, Bird. I don't know how you cannot say Siouxland.
Sue. I go. Sounds like Sue. Sounds like a different word. I thought it's Suix.
No, it's Sue.
What the hell's the point of an X then? If it's just Sue.
Sue.
Siouxland sounds like a place I don't want to be. Like I'm going to get sued.
It's the entire United States.
Yes.
It's Siouxland.
Siouxland. Certainly New York City.
But no, SIOUX. That's
James says it's like a 45 played at 33. Son of a bitch.
Okay, okay. She's definitely got it. This is bad. I mean, I've got a ton more watch time than her. I'm shocked.
Well, because
actually.
you do streams with 20 people watching at times for 4 or 5 hours, and she does 2-3 minute videos.
She's got a Trek profile and a Survivor audition page. That's cool.
Do the other contestants on Survivor not survive?
You've never seen Survivor?
I've heard of it. I think I saw like the first episode and was like, oh.
No, they execute everybody who doesn't survive.
Oh, sweet. The season.
Some people go on that show there.
The season finale is quite the bloodbath.
Oh, don't I wish? Don't I?
No,
wish
you just get voted off. That's like the last Survivor is the last one.
And that kills your media career. I failed on Survivor. Can I start my own show now? No.
See, the first season I liked because it'd never been done before.
Right, it was a new concept.
The second season, I stopped watching after the first episode because I could tell everybody was there for the attention. Yeah. Everybody was there just to become the next famous person.
And then the third season,
it was like it was so fake. So I stopped watching. I never watched again after the first season. The first season was the only legit season because those people had no idea what it was going to become.
Right.
Wasn't the third season where the guy that won was gay and then the IRS?
I think
Slap
the first season,
charges.
the guy who won was gay, and there was quite like apparently he would go around naked half the
Yeah.
time. They couldn't air the footage.
It's a quick way to throw a wrench into the program. Hey, everybody, look at me.
I don't think his sexual preference mattered for that
It
reason, at
didn't.
least.
It didn't come in. It didn't come up on the show.
Well, he's the one that brought it up on the show, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even recall him. I recall learning about it after the fact.
Yeah.
I don't recall it. Yeah, actually coming up during the. Let's put it this way: one of the episodes of the show is people talking about what happens on the show after it's over.
Mhm.
So I don't recall it coming up during the game portion of the show where they were actually on the island and voting people off. I mean, it was long enough ago that he might have thought if he had said he was gay, he might have got voted off early.
Right.
So he probably didn't want to come out until it was over.
I don't know. It was so long ago I can barely remember.
It's not something I would blame him for. I mean,
No.
there are people that would automatically, oh, well, that person's gay, so whatever. Like, there are people that have different tastes in anything. Oh, we got to vote this person off. They don't like blondes, or they don't like redheads, or whatever.
No, you got to play that game smart. You vote the most powerful person off.
I'd always get voted off first. Son of a bitch.
Ah, yes. Get rid of the dictator.
Yeah. Now, more than likely, here's what would happen. Everybody would keep him on because nobody likes him. And then he'd end up winning.
No, then
media guy.
All the Survivor came out, and then there was that show called Big Brother, which was just a nightmare.
That was horrible.
Never watched it.
I watched 2 episodes. It's like, this is like voyeur TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was, scripted and edited, but that was a feeling you got. It's like, no.
It would be funny to infiltrate that show and do nothing except sleep all day. Be like, yeah, well, he's still asleep. Be the most boring character. I guess but I never watched that one. Did they give them tasks to accomplish as well and things like that? Or did they just watch them fall apart?
What was
I honestly have no idea. So
Okay. I didn't see it.
There was one show, I can't remember what it was called now, where, oh God, I can't remember. It was almost a parody of a Survivor type game, but I don't remember. It's been several years, but that one was actually, at least the first season was funny. After that, it was just like, okay, been there, done that, don't need it anymore.
Was it because was it the Japanese one where they have all the obstacle courses that they did kind of a parody, like they voiced over the announcers and things like that? That was
that one, yeah.
That was called Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Okay, yes.
And that one was funny because the way that they misdubbed what the announcers were saying to make it into a comedy show, and it was funny to watch these folks flail around and get on the catapult with a Velcro suit and be shot onto the wall. It's like, well, man, it looks really painful, but you couldn't look away. And they did a decent job with the parody. I mean, it was a real show, and they were like, this is utterly ridiculous. Let's just dumb it up to the ultimate. I don't even remember what network that was on.
Oh my gosh, old media guy. The 2016 presidential debates. Uh, that's actually a legitimate question. Uh, remember the kid version? I actually don't remember the kid version, but high tech future versus caveman reality show. That sounds absolutely weird. Uh, I wonder what other weird shows they could come up with. I'm sure we could come up with some ideas for them.
I used to work with a person that thought he basically watched Survivor like it was a religion. He drank that shit up, man.
Yeah,
I would say that I watch Star Trek as a religion, basically. Like, honestly, I keep going back. I keep looking at the old books. I've read the passage. I read it again. I think about it. I wonder how that character was feeling when they made that decision on this episode or that episode. So, I mean, that's definitely ingrained in my life. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
let's see here. Hairdressing by Tourette's.
What?
They've got something similar on YouTube. It's not hairdressing; it's gaming.
The Mole, huh? I'll have to check it out. You said it's Belgian made. Is it in English?
The mole? What is the gift?
Gypsy?
American TV
Let's see here. A old media guy. Salmon friend got a kick out of Survivor. A Samoan friend. I'm sorry. Got something on the screen. Samoan friend got a kick out of Survivor watching city folks go hungry while standing near edible plants. Yeah, yeah. Because people are stupid. Eastern Burkholder, a hopeful vision if what we can be, of what we can be. Star Trek. Many were influenced by that to be professionals. You're right, they were. Um, and this shit they're making now does not inspire anybody. No, except maybe just vomit.
Captain.
I'm sorry, it's not Star Trek. It's
I'd agree with what you said that it is not inspiring, and I also agree it's not what I would consider Star Trek. It's fine to like the show. I don't,
I don't have a
but it's
problem with
not.
people
It
liking
doesn't
the show.
inspire me. It doesn't give me. I'm not like full of wonder and like, yeah, that's amazing, and wow, I would have never thought of that solution to that problem in that circumstance, kind of thing. It's like, oh, that happened. Great,
And I'll be
great.
honest, I probably wouldn't have the problem with the show if it didn't have the Star Trek label on it.
Yep.
That's my problem.
You know,
It's not Star Trek.
Okay, just imagine it doesn't have the label. Watch it and enjoy it for what it is.
But it's got the Star Trek label on it. I mean, that's like calling, you know, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. And the fact that mm, that they've totally destroyed Spock now. No, fuck you. Um, no. Yeah, because Spock would not have been who he was without Michael Burnham. Yeah, I wanted to throw my fucking TV out the window. Now, if you take that episode out, find a way to weave things together without it, um, yeah, maybe, but no.
Alternate universe. There we go. Next.
Okay, alternate universe, I could accept that. If they actually come out and say it's an alternate timeline, alternate reality, whatever.
Well, that's just an easy way to do whatever you want. I mean, and you're right though. If they would come out and just do that and say, "Look, it's an alternate reality, so whatever I write is what it is in that reality, and your reality is fine," and it's easy to accept. It's easy to accept, and they could do that.
Well, I mean,
Thing
they
is, I
did
don't
that
think
with
they
the
want to
no.
because they want it to be canon.
Well, they did that with the JJ movies. I still hated
Yeah.
those because
Yep.
they were. I saw the one, and it's like this is crap.
Oh, you mean the JJ comedy movies?
It was the first one, the 2009, and
I accepted that with gritted teeth, but I accepted it. I was like, okay, I see what they're trying to do here. I wasn't that big of a fan. I was like, it's acceptable, I guess, kind of. And then after that, what they did with Wrath of Khan, taking one of the best movies ever written, arguably ever. I mean, beyond sci-fi, the writing, the cinematography, the effects, the sound, the music, you know, and just shit all over it,
yeah,
and blatantly shit all over it. Oh, they paid a homage by flipping the roles, and no. They crapped on it. They crapped on it. They were like, they're gonna make it their own thing. I wouldn't have touched that movie if I was writing a movie. Somebody came in and said, okay, writers meeting. You know how popular Wrath of Khan is? We can do another one that's just better. No, you can't. Don't do that. You get out. You're fired.
okay.
You know.
Let's see what happens now. Good morning, Professor Brady Sex.
Good morning, Professor. How are you doing today, sir?
Cap, I think you need to get some new glasses or something.
Well, see at the bottom, all it says is Professor Brady S. So,
No, I see specs.
Well, I'm talking the little window that I have at the bottom where I let people in. It's
Well,
just like Dave GS.
I can't help what your little window shows, Cap.
I can do this, actually. Okay, Professor Brady specs. Yes, I see that.
Good morning, everyone.
Everybody calls him Brady Sachs now. That's his new name.
Yeah, thanks to Darren Wagner.
Thanks to Darren Wagner. Yes. Okay.
I was going to say something. I'll be nice.
Go ahead. Say it.
No. I'm going to be nice. I don't want odd advertisements showing up on your stream. If you catch my drift.
I understand. Yes.
Okay.
I wish he would be on because it would be funny to have. Because the topic has not ever come up. But why not?
Of course, for everyone's benefit, we're talking about the shape of the Earth.
Correct. And
Yes.
I love that. Joseph puts into the chat more cats for Joseph.
Absolutely, Joseph. Good afternoon, sir.
Tell them to get in line. I want some more first.
Hashtag more cats for Joseph.
Another 5.
Bert must be having breakfast or talking to Mama Pray or something.
Well,
Has cat wars.
You could always, yeah, I see. I see what you're typing here. You could call it non-busty Terra.
Busty Terra.
I'm sure you could.
You
Yeah.
could.
Now I've seen some blow up globes that were not spherical at the time before inflation. Huh?
What kind of show did I come on to? What the heck is this?
You started it.
What? No, I did not.
Yep.
You called me by the wrong name, so you started it.
Actually, Darren started that. So yeah.
Well, I thought we had finished it that evening.
You really? How long have you been in this community?
Well, yeah, you got a point there.
If Yosef lived in the United States and I had his address, I'd get him what I just posted in chat.
What is this,
Check
Bird?
this out.
I'm almost afraid. Oh yes, I've seen that. That's very cool.
Ooh, I like that.
That was taken out of the freezer.
I wonder how much the international shipping would be for that, or if you could get it from an Amazon in Europe sent to them.
This is hilarious.
I'd need to sign up for an account with Amazon in Europe, which,
There's
I'll
also a
just
next
be honest,
generation.
it's just way too much work. Yosef,
But
perfection.
Bird, I almost thought you were setting up your magic traveling bed for your traveling adventure show.
I need the traveling spell. And we're going to go ahead and do bed knobs and broomsticks after Christmas is over. I promise you that.
I tell you, you got to move Cinema Saturday to Magical Monday or something.
Magical Monday. Can't get rid of bed life.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Move it to Saturday.
Make it
No.
Tuesday.
What, Bed Life Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. Nobody wants Bed Life Tuesday, Monday. You start the week off. It's
You start
Bed
off
Life.
with a bang with
Your entire life
Cinema,
is in bed.
Cinema Monday.
Now, let's see here. No, it would be Media Monday.
Media
have
Monday. Okay.
Anything on you wanted. You could have any form of media on you wanted. You could have a movie. You could have a TV show. Whatever. As long as it's media.
Media Monday. Let's see. How many episodes of Cobra Kai are there?
Far too many.
Cobra Kai would be a good
20.
one. Yes.
10 hours. We should be able to get through Cobra Kai in 10 hours.
Yep.
Ooh.
Sounds like a magical Monday to me.
Well, we're on it.
Well, we're not on your channel there, JP's.
What channel?
We're not.
Well, he was talking about moronic Mondays, so I thought, that would be a show for his channel.
Wow.
I'd have to sign up for Amazon DE, and I tried.
Well, you would.
I tried to
You could
sign
be.
up for Amazon DE so I could become an affiliate, and I couldn't get really too far into the process.
You have the accent for it, right?
Oh yeah, I can sign up for Amazon Deutsch.
Wow.
Oh my
You could probably even travel to the Amazon site there, and with your magical bed, your magical traveling bed.
Bed take me to the Amazon warehouse in Deutschland. Da, da, da.
Well, you could
Uh,
with your green screen. Yeah.
And see, you could pick up the product right at the warehouse, and then take it to Yosef yourself.
Eastland says bird. Please do a deep South USA accent.
Oh Lord.
Man, I'm trying to picture what it would sound like.
You're like a pig, boy.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to get it right.
How about here? I'll type something backstage. You can say.
Yeehaw, good buddy. This here is old Berto Prey coming to you with the 10-4 on the CB radio. We're down here in the back roads of Hazard
Oh my
County.
God.
We're on the run from the law, from the police. Oh, Roscoe's following us back there. We got my brother, my cousin Bo has a bow and arrow. No relation. We're headed on up to go find cousin Daisy.
Oh yes,
I'm
V-Star.
gonna
Of
marry
course you're
that
welcome.
girl.
Why wouldn't you be?
Howdy,
You know, I
y'all.
think that the CB radio. I used to have a CB radio, and I'd play around with it, and the truckers pick up on keywords because I actually one time went, going on 95 on the bus, going on south, and I got a response from a guy who sounded just like that, going, "Yeah, we got a couple bears down here on the South Mile Mark 80," and it's like, oh, okay. Great. But I literally said gibberish except for 95 South Bears mile marker. And somebody heard it and replied.
Okay,
You don't
Bird.
talk like that, right, man?
Please say Mississippi and New Orleans. Mississippi has 2.5 syllables. Mississippi. Mississippi.
How do you have
Mississippi.
half a syllable?
I don't know.
Mississippi.
I've heard this 2.5 syllable thing before, and I never
I have
figured it
too.
out.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans.
Nolans.
New Orleans. Where do you not want to go? New Orleans.
Dave G, you sound like Boomhauer when you're doing that impersonation.
Yeah, on going out. Yeah, that's what he said.
You know what they say down in Alabama. Thank God for Mississippi.
Okay, let me see here. Nancy, check your Discord, please.
New Orleans is almost correct. Okay. Yeah, I knew that was better than Mississippi. Mississippi.
Knowledge.
I don't know.
Hello, sir. I am a local from New Orleans.
Wait a minute.
I don't think so. You know, like you wouldn't You'd be like, "Oh, really? That's good for you."
You have no Twitter or Discord anymore. Oh, that sucks. Ah.
Oh.
I can understand Twitter, but yeah, I was hoping you still had Discord. Okay. Well,
Dun, 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 dun.
I guess I can delete that message then. Because there's no point.
Eastland, that's a good, heat of the night for an accent reference.
Wow. It didn't take Geek long.
What?
He has a new Twitter account.
Oh, yes, he does.
Another one. I wonder how he slipped that one through.
That's a good question.
Because it's still active.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I know. It's if you know how to contact V-Star, you can get the link to her. Because I'm not putting it in chat. Let's see here now. Eastern Burkholder, what works well
Oh my
with...
dear God. Did any of you guys see Jedi Bill's video that he uploaded, I don't know, an hour ago?
No.
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 It's this giant bug in his hand.
Okay.
Okay, a moth of some type, but it's still too big for me to even think about touching. Oh my God.
When you break out the WD-40 and the lighter, they got more legs, more arms, and more eyes than me. They don't deserve to live.
Wow.
There we go.
Do
Found
you
the...
realize that insects are essential to the ecosystem?
I think we could take our
They
chances
could
without
be
them.
essential somewhere else.
Take your chances without them, yeah.
Okay, I sent you the link on StreamYard. On my StreamYard. I sent you the link on Facebook. I hate going on Facebook, but I did.
It's like Starship Troopers. The only good bug is a dead bug.
Yay!
Would you like to know more?
I'm guessing that Yosef is working.
Most likely.
Oh, and while I'm on, I'll just remind everyone that 7 p.m. Central tonight, Deej Odyssey will have a Let's Talk on A Christmas Story.
And Life with Matthew should be having his Sequest watch party this evening at, I think it's 9:30 Central.
Unfortunately, I never got into Sequest.
Oh, just think Next Generation underwater. It's kind of that format.
Are there aliens underwater?
Well,
Is
Yeah.
there a omnipotent being underwater?
the story structure is similar to Next Generation.
Is there shuttlecraft and transporters underwater?
Oh my goodness.
Do they have a psychic and a android on board?
Yes, Bird. There's a psychic and android on board. And there's transporters and shuttlecraft, yes.
Shuttlecraft. I think those would be called, I don't know, mini subs or lifeboats, or I don't know what the hell they call them.
And there's omnipotent beings as well as aliens. Yes, it has it all.
Then I don't have to watch it because I've watched other shows like that.
And they even say, "Shut up, Wesley." Only they say Lucas.
Well, he was less annoying than Wesley. I'll give him that.
Oops, excuse me.
Shut up, Wesley.
Exactly.
Shut up, Wesley.
Go ahead.
Shut up, kid.
That's it. All right. Now, probably. Yep.
Now, James Morrison is correct. Star Trek: The Next Generation has the Q. Sequest has the P.
Really
P? What are you? Do I even want to know? And hello, Nancy. Are you?
It's only 3 seasons. Oh, okay. It was early 90s, so I would have kicked my own ass if I tried to watch it.
Why?
Because at that
P's
time,
and Q's. Okay.
I would
Sorry. Like I said, I've had one cup of coffee.
Oh, what's wrong with you, man? Get some more.
Well, first of all, I'm in the middle of doing a show, so going to get a cup of coffee would be rather rude.
Admiral goes and gets tea all the time. You can get coffee.
yeah, get a
Hell,
coffee.
Anti-Trigger gets up and makes a pot of coffee.
Getting coffee is no different than going for a piss.
Well,
There are differences fundamentally.
yeah, there are.
Well.
Okay.
Oh my God, Joseph. Dear Bob, IT question. It hurts when I pee.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yes.
wah.
Oh, it's easy. Just don't IP.
God. Okay.
V-Star, I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
No, nothing at all. Considering who we have on the panel, Dave, you're in charge.
So, what?
Wow. You know,
I was
everybody
gonna
asked for me to be the co-host, and now no one wants me to take over. I see how it is.
Well,
All right, take over,
now
Jeff.
then. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff. Seriously. I like
Okay,
listening.
no one left.
You like listening?
Yeah,
Or I don't know. I heard you talk quite a bit yesterday.
I did. I had my gift of gab on.
So,
And
Dave,
what does it take to get your gift of gab on?
I don't know. Good mood. good people to talk to.
So, I think he just insulted us.
No, it was the other one.
So, Dave, did you check out any of the videos that I suggested to you there?
No, I haven't, but I have them written down over here. A little notepad, but I haven't done that.
Yeah, it's just I figured you're into that, and he's fairly good in the scene, so you guys may know what hit it off.
Yeah, I mean, I looked up the site, but I haven't watched his videos yet. But it really, yeah, I mean, I saved it and I have it written here, and I'm gonna check it out. I just didn't like jump on it.
I find
It looks informative. It looks good. How did you find out about that person?
Just going through like YouTube and the top 10 videos.
I found a lot of stuff by just typing in a subject of interest and then just randomly looking at, I don't know, depending on what, if it's something lesson oriented or if they want to teach you something, I usually look for a time of about 30 or 40 minutes. And if it's like a quick fix to replace a pickup or something, usually look for about 8 minutes or something. And just to see and just randomly looking at things that I've never heard of before. And I found so much great information hidden out there.
Like what?
Things about mostly sound frequencies with bass pickups that I never knew how to properly adjust the neck on a guitar. Intonating a bridge I knew how to do, but just watching somebody go through it was like, oh yeah, I remember this trick. That's the trick. All kinds of stuff about. I'm getting into some of this stuff. What's the guy's name? Let me see if I can find it on my other thing here. He talks about space stuff, and let me find his name. And anyway, he seems to be, I don't know, relatively younger, but he really knows his stuff down to the mathematics. I think he is like a math guy. What's his description? And he talks about dark. Oh my God, I see that thing that he's holding there, the Jedi Bill. Ugh. No thanks.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think, and maybe you all can help me with this because I want either a special thing either for Christmas or my birthday. I'm not sure which. Because my birthday is the day after Christmas. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Which should I go with? Should I choose Christmas Day itself or the day after?
Both.
What are we talking about?
Okay. I'm going to have a special program where the only people who will be on the panel will have Yitza Lemon's avatars.
Oh, here we go. Elitist.
Wow.
Okay, it'll be my birthday then, because it's my birthday. And since most of the people in the community have one, that really shouldn't be an issue.
Well, almost everyone.
I'll make exceptions, of course, if I like the person.
Oh, okay. Making exceptions. Well, I guess it is your birthday, but that hardly makes it a Yitza Lemons avatar only invite.
Okay. Dave doesn't
I'm just
have
giving
one
you a
yet.
hard time, Cap. Come on.
Dave doesn't have one yet. He needs one. Bird has one, but he's using the fake Klingon one.
Well, Bird is fake, so.
But I'm also not a content creator.
Neither am I.
Oh.
Well, sort of. I help out on a couple channels, but
You add to content on other channels. So whether you're actually running your own channel or not, that's not an issue. You are involved in other channels. So, yeah.
And Bert, I don't know if you saw Yosef's chat there.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm not in the chat window.
He says, "Dear Bob, my butt hurts, especially at the entrance."
I'll do something about them hemorrhoids.
Wow.
And yes, the coffee is not an excuse. It's a reason I live on coffee. Thank you very much.
I love coffee, but I only have it in the morning. Usually.
I found the name of the guy that I was looking for, Anton Petrov, and he talks about space phenomena and things like that, and it's really interesting to listen to. So you were asking me examples of things that I had just found randomly, and that was a good one.
Yeah, I ran across his channel about 1.5 years ago. He puts out good stuff, and he does it every single day.
Yeah.
His videos are about 10 minutes long.
Yeah, and he's pleasant, and he explains things in an mostly easy to understand way. But he's very pleasant.
Yeah.
What does he say? Good morning, beautiful people. Here's what's happening in the universe. And,
he says, "Hello, wonderful person. This is Anton."
Yeah, that's the accent too.
Yeah.
So that's an example of things that I just came across because nobody pointed me in the direction to say check this out, or nothing linked me to it. I just came across it randomly.
He used to call his show "What the Math," but
Yes.
he dropped that. He dropped that a couple months ago.
I remember that.
And
welcome to
hello,
What the
Joseph.
Math.
And greetings from the future.
Hello, Yosef.
Yeah.
Greetings from the past.
By the way, Bert, I'm still waiting for the answer to my question, but there is one perfect. It was a joke that I heard, and that's why I put it here into the chat so that nobody takes it seriously from me.
Yeah.
There is only one answer to that
You're making a mockery of Dear Bob.
Yeah, of course.
If you're admitting you're asking jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like half of them aren't jokes anyway.
But here's the thing. He's not actually sending in a Dear Bob. Therefore, it's not the same.
You have a point. Speaking of channels like Anton's, there's another one that I just love even more. And he's really, really easy to listen to. He talks about scientific things, mostly astrophysical, and it's an even better channel, I think. I need to find it here.
Jeff, I'm not familiar. Can you put it into the chat? Private or public?
He can put it in.
Which one?
The one that you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's escaping me. Arvin Ash is his name. Arvin Ash, wonderful. He's not as prolific as Anton is. Let me put it into the chat here.
Excellent. I see him right here.
And the Anton one as well.
Yeah, Anton as well.
Okay, so there's Arvin Ash, the first one, and
string theory simplified.
If you can't follow his videos, then maybe astrophysics isn't for you at all. I don't know. But he's really, really good. So that was Arvin Ash, and here's Anton Petrov.
Wow! Thanks for introducing me to this guy because this is cool, man.
He is great.
Subscribe.
See, this is why I like having other channels put into it, because there are ones I haven't come across that I would be interested in.
Yeah, exactly.
And they may not be a part of our community, but we're still promoting other creators. There aren't
Another one.
necessarily
I'm sorry.
the corporations. Most of those are
Uh,
crap.
Another one I watch is PBS Space Time. That's good. I would put him in between Arvin and Anton.
Looking it up.
Oh, you never heard of PBS Space Time? That one's
No.
been around a long time. In fact, it's had 2 different hosts. The current one's been on for a long time, most of the
Oh,
run.
this is actually on PBS. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It has
Well,
their
I
symbol
imagine
on
it
it.
is, but it's on YouTube. That's where I found it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm checking it out. No, that looks like another good one.
It is. It's
And they're
very
not,
good.
and they're about 15 minutes long. Perfect.
Yeah, they're about
Perfect.
15 minutes long.
Wow, this is great. Great. Yeah, I love that.
So there's PBS Space Time. I just put that in the chat, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, the addresses are so similar. I had to look at it for a second. Is that different? No, we can't hear you, V-Star.
Not a word. And I need to subscribe to that as well.
Now, PBS Space Time is a little more difficult to follow, I think, than Arvin. I love Arvin's channel. Just fantastic.
You're talking like astrophysics is something difficult and hard to understand.
Yeah.
Actually, there's another guy. He actually walks you through the equations. It's like having never, with a basic high school math. He's like, oh, well, here's how you can do these advanced equations, and I'll show you exactly. And it's in plain English, and he's like a younger dude and walks you through it, and you're like, holy crap, I kind of get it. At least you get what it's saying. It doesn't mean you get how to do it. You know what I mean? But at least you can look at something and know what they're calculating. You might not know how to do the everything that you have to flow through it, but at least it opens your eyes a little to what's going on when you see what looks like scribbles.
Arvin does that. Arvin Ash does that. He'll walk you through equations like that.
Tell me one thing, guys. When I'm watching this type of like educational channels and documentaries and everything, sometimes I have the feeling that I wasted my childhood of by not paying attention to this type of stuff, and I feel like how dumb I was as a kid when I'm watching this stuff, because now I understand some of it, and I could slap myself for not paying more attention to this stuff more. Don't you have sometimes this type of feeling with?
Oh, sure, of course. I think everybody does that regret of what if. What if when I was playing the bass for 2 years straight, locked in a room, not a cell, I locked myself away in a room, and basically all I did all the time is I'd hang out with my friends. I didn't watch TV at all. Didn't have internet, and all I did was play bass. And if I had stayed on that line, I'd be a poor musician, but I'd be a really good bass player. Yeah, sure. I think about what if. Everybody does, I think, man. I'm sure.
Well, there is another thing. I've had some really horrific teachers, and I've had some really bad ones. And mostly the bad ones have been science teachers. They're boring. At least the ones I had made history one of the most dry, uninteresting subjects possible. But now I've heard things that it's like, why weren't teachers talking about this instead of droning on about whatever the hell they were.
Well, wow. I, I agree with you, and I think that maybe it depends on, well, definitely depends on the teachers, because some of them were just following doctrine. Teach this, teach it in this order, make your class be able to pass the test, and you've succeeded. And
Right.
then there were the teachers that would go, oh no, let me explain this for real. And if anybody's interested, I'll stay after class and we can go through, a formula. And and you didn't have to, and you didn't get downgraded, but they would take the time out to really, so you didn't have to go by their office and set up an appointment. They were actually really interested that you were interested in learning. And some just are, it's like they're exhausted. Like I couldn't blame them, underpaid and overworked. But some of them just are just going through the motions. I think just do the job. Not saying they don't care, but I don't know. You get that feeling sometimes.
I used to have a grading science teacher that basically, if you did the research and came in with a question, and he would dedicate almost the whole class to explaining that question and the science behind it.
I love that.
Because it was like people purposely sometimes see if we could stump them. Like come in, oh, how does automatic transmission work? He would spend the entire class explaining the nuances of how it works and the theory, like just touching on small theories of the clutching system and the hydraulics, what they do. Basically, you'd learn a lot, but it would be all gone by the end of the class.
Yeah, but you're being introduced to the concept, and for every person that speaks up and says, "I really don't understand that," there's several that won't speak up that don't understand it. So yeah, I got this. It is cool, but they have no. And somebody at least is saying, "Hey, well, can you explain it?" And there's more than just that one person listening. I promise you. There might be people that think that it's beneath them and just do whatever. But I love a teacher that's gonna teach. That's kind of part of the title. Oh, hey, Professor, I found the other guy I was talking about that actually explains things from beginner standpoint. His YouTube name is Parth G. So Parth, and then capital G. And he has Maxwell's equation explained for beginners, how to effectively study physics, language of quantum mechanics explained, how mass warps space-time. It's pretty interesting. And then just by typing him in, you'll find on the side there's a whole bunch of other folks doing this. But I've actually been able to follow him and follow what he's saying better than some of the other ones.
Why don't you put that in chat, please?
Okay. On the public?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check here. Whoops, I'm bouncing all over here now.
Professor Brainy Specs, I found something that seems you seem to have lost.
What's
I
that?
lost?
Yes. Look at my picture.
Hang on, let me get back to. No. Look, it's behind me.
That. I do like that.
I would love to have it in my backyard. Police books like this. The problem is not many people here would understand it.
Really? Why is that?
Yeah. Doctor Who was never a big thing here. You have literally just a handful of nerds and geeks who know this stuff. I can tell you so much. Star Trek in Slovakia, Not a thing at all. Not a thing. It's literally when I was in the last 3 movies in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, tickets were available anytime at any screening, no problem, and it was in the theaters for maybe week and a half, and that's it. Literally, minimum following, minimum following. There are like few pages like on Facebook and on other social media with the fandom for different sci-fis, and you see that they are either run by the same people or the community is literally few thousand people tops, nothing more.
Okay. I'm sorry. Now, Dave, if you would please add the channel. I'm sorry. I thought you were a mod. And good
Yeah, if
morning,
you just
Judy
type if
Myers.
you just type in Parth G on YouTube, it'll pop up. He's got a whole bunch of videos.
And yes, Dee, there's about 40 minutes until Taco Tuesday.
Oh, yum.
What? Tacos? With the magic word?
That would be on Mornings of Mischief after, like I said, about 40 minutes from now.
In 40 minutes from now, I have a call, another one.
Oh, what a shock, man! I thought you were not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
You
it's
get a lot of
literally.
you do a lot of work on the phone, buddy.
I do. Yes, because the thing is, I'm working. I'm sitting here in Slovakia, and this one call will be okay. This is close. This is Croatia, but I had a call with France today. I had a call with. I was on calls with Saudi Arabia, with the Emirates. Later today, I have a planned call with Israel. So literally, I'm supporting like. On paper, it's like over 100 countries. In reality, about 40, something like 40 countries that I'm
Oh,
supporting.
just
So
40? Oh, man, dropping the well. Come on, jeez.
yeah, exactly.
Man, that sounds exciting. At least I know that you've mentioned that, and I'm sure that it's true that many calls work over calls.
Yeah. It's on the phone and on the computer basically the whole time. I'm one of those office rats that is working from home, but I'm working from home for. In February, it's going to be 6 years. So
Wow.
honestly, lockdown and not being able to go to the office, nothing new. The fun part was that they kept my desk for about 1 year, and then they realized, okay, the desk is only collecting dust. So they asked. They even came to me and asked me very politely, "Can we take your desk?" And I was like, "You gave me a home office contract. I assumed you would take the desk like immediately." They literally kept a desk for over a year for me, and I was like, "No, of course, take it. I don't need it. Why should be there?" So yeah. And now a building where you can fit 2,150 people is literally sitting empty in the city center of Bratislava, which is the capital city. And and when I say city center, it's literally less than 10 minutes walk from the historical city center. The building that we have was built. It's a horrible, typical glass building that was built just across the street of from a church from the 17th century. So it looks horrible. in in the midst of that architecture there. But definitely, just imagine that the building is sitting empty, that the company is paying every month the rent, and it's abandoned, basically abandoned since March.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a few things here like that too. We had an IBM call center downtown that was 8 stories, and now it's been empty. But since they own the building, they really don't have to pay rent on it.
Hmm. No, it's pretty simple. You know, if it's in the United States, I can imagine that the companies own the buildings, but company like okay, it's not a secret. So I'm working for Dell, and Dell is basically just renting buildings
Right.
across the world. And it was actually in the beginning of the year they even thought that we are going to switch the building because the building is now it was built in 2000. Okay, we moved in 2007. So it was like put on paper maybe 2005, built in 2005 2006 time period, and they thought that now we could use something bigger because we are still hiring people, and we could use something more modern in terms of like layout, because to have like because the philosophy of an open office building open space office changed across the years. So they were like more breakout areas, more meeting rooms,
Yeah.
more comfortable workspace, so it doesn't look like the typical stuff. But as but what they because they started to offer home office contracts to more and more people, so as spaces were getting more available, they literally put in there like more breakout areas, more sofas, more colors, and everything. So actually, the office right now looks very cozy. They created even a gaming room. Since it's a Dell, so it's like filled with Alienware computers and the high-end stuff for like 20 people. And if you want, you can go there and play some games. So it's literally very nice office that we have there. And what they did, for example, as well, they put phone booths in. Like it looks like a phone booth, and it's one chair, one small desk. If you have something like one-to-one meetings, or you are discussing some confidential stuff, you can basically just go in there into the phone booth and everything. So they made it look very nice, but still they were thinking about changing the buildings. But now they realized, okay, we can now hire like crazy because obviously now everybody is working from home, and they did a what is it called a survey among employees, and uh, even in departments where they thought home office is not possible before, they thought it wouldn't be possible. They realized that since everybody's working from home and the company and everything is working just fine, we are not even going to change the building because they are now doing like lots of changes in the infrastructure when there's nobody in the building, and we will there will be many free working spaces because more than 50% said that they would prefer to work from home or split it, like I don't know, 3 days from home, 2 days from the office or something like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So they will create like you won't have like your desk anymore, like a desk assigned to your name. There will be like departments, like you have when you have like finance, sales, tech support, and whatsoever. Different departments. They will have like areas, and there will be unassigned desks. And once when you come to the office because you want to come to the office, you just bring your stuff with you anyway. You sit down. put your computer to a docking station. You will have keyboard, mouse, monitors, everything you need there on the desk. So, yeah, I like the idea.
I've seen real estate offices that kind of have that concept that you're talking about, not so much with the game room and things, but where it's basically because when my wife worked with real estate and I went to visit her, I was like, what are all these empty offices laying around? There's no pictures on the walls. I mean, there was like office art. There wasn't
Right.
like it,
Mhm.
nothing was personalized. And that's how they would do it is because they're out a lot. So they
Yeah.
would just come and they'd bring their own stuff and set up a workspace for the day and then clean it up and leave, and somebody else could use it another time.
Yeah.
And
That's-
the t-shirts, one of those t-shirt companies that I won't mention corporate names, but it's well, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but whatever. Anyway,
Right.
I was looking
Doesn't matter.
at them, and they had the same kind of thing for their representatives and stuff. It was like a place where you would they wanted you to have work be your family. So they would have, they had their softball team. They had all these team meetings, and they had the game room, and they had, flex time off and work from home and stuff. And that kind of environment seems very appealing for if you're going to do a long-term career. If
yeah.
you're if they're trying to buy you on for a long time and to provide for the employees, like that's a really nice thing. Many jobs, obviously, like what I do now, you can't have a game room and stuff. You're working when you're working.
Yeah.
You're not going there and saying, I'll probably see my house for a few hours tonight. You're going there to get it done and then go home. So that's cool, man. It's cool that you've been working from home for 6 years and efficiently.
Yeah, you know what? It took some time, like adjustment. There was a certain adjustment period, but I think I mentioned it like this week on some stream that the more I worked from home, the more homeless I looked
Yes,
because
you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
uh, uh, literally you don't need to shave, you don't need to wear like clean clothes or something,
Pants.
and pants, you don't need to wear pants exactly. But then I realized, okay, it doesn't work like this. So definitely it's like I have like a normal morning routine right now where before I sit down, the typical stuff like wash your face, comb your hair, brush your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff must come first, and I always joke that I have um, formal sweatpants and leisure sweatpants.
I just heard an interview on the radio with a lady who worked from home, and she said the same thing, the adjustment period, and she kind of the same thing. It's like she feels that she's more efficient. She'll dress for work, like she's going into a meeting, and she'll do all the morning stuff, but you can be a little more leisurely. Cook yourself a breakfast rather than microwave a waffle or something, and then and she'll dress for work and sit down and work. And with pants. That was actually a joke that the radio host made when they were interviewing her. It's like, yeah, with pants and shoes. So really,
Hmm.
and she said that it just made her feel more official. That it was definitely work time and not slack. Like, oh, I've got 5 minutes before I have to. Like, she'd be focused more. And yeah, I think that's kind of true.
Yeah. Plus, of course, it helps when you have like dedicated room.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah.
have literally
Yeah.
my small office. It's the smallest room in the house that is there, but yeah, it definitely helps to have a dedicated working space, working area, and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this because I don't know, outside of the U.S. Um, is there any benefit for you tax wise for having a dedicated workspace?
No, not really. This is
Okay.
the tax system in Europe works completely. It's completely different. For example, the company does the taxes for me. If I have only so in case I have only one income coming from the company, they are doing it. If you have multiple incomes, you can do it by yourself, which is in that case it can be more beneficial for you, or you can say to whatever company you are working for that they are going to do the taxes. You just need to provide the whole paperwork, and the whole paperwork is basically one sheet of paper that all the employees provide to you. And you let's say you have like two jobs, you take those two papers, you give it to one of the employers, and they make the taxes, or you make it yourself. uh, in case, for example, you have, I don't know, you own somewhere a flat and you are renting it out, and so in that case it's more makes more sense when you do the taxes by yourself. But there are like a gazillion of people who will do it for you. Just pay them, I don't know, a small fee, and
Right.
they will do it for you. So, but the only thing that I get is the company is paying me, and don't ask me how much, like 30 or 40 euro a month, basically, for the fact that I'm working from home. So it should cover something like my electricity bill and toilet water.
So there's a small benefit. It's not,
That's I'm not saying it's something huge, but I save, literally, I save on clothes, I save on
fuel.
fuel, gas. Yeah, I don't need to drive, and I save like a shit ton of time actually, because I would have to commute around 1 hour is one trip, so it would be like saving 2 hours of your day.
Mm-hmm.
And another interesting thing is, but it's given by the law. The company is for if you are working longer than 4 hours, they have to provide you a warm meal. And what they are doing actually right now is they are giving you. It looks like a credit card, and it's basically something like a meal voucher, and they charge the card every single month by the amount of, I don't know, something like 4 euro a day, which is something like one of those ready to go menus approximately in a restaurant.
Mm.
And in the office we have, of course, a canteen, and you have like five meals you can choose from, and they are basically like the main course and a drink, and it fits into this 4 euro. Like into those 4 euros, or you can go for something like, now I put it in quotes, like a la carte, where you can basically put together your own menu, and then you pay maybe something like 7 to 8 euros for a meal. But the company has to provide you basically either a canteen or a meal voucher, and our company provides you both. Yeah, Jeff.
Wow.
I need to interrupt just for a moment. I need to leave for work. So everyone have a good day. Thank you, Cap, for having me up on the
Well,
panel. I appreciate it.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good day,
You have a good
Professor.
day at work.
Jeff,
And
may
thanks
your
for
day
sharing those
be
links too.
may your day
Yes,
be
thank you.
pleasant.
No problem. Thank you for the links to the channel you mentioned as well.
Of course.
I subscribed. I'll check it out later.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay,
All right. Well, have a
everyone
good
have
day,
a good
man.
day. Thank you. You
Take
too,
care.
everyone. Bye, Yosef. Bye, Cap. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Professor. Have a good day.
Thank you.
So definitely, let's say the social system and what the employer provides to you is definitely not bad.
It sounds pretty decent. It really does.
Yeah.
Is the meal thing, Joseph? The meal thing, is that mandated? Is that something just the company does under their contract, or is that?
It's mandated by the law, but
Oh,
it works like with the meal vouchers that I mentioned. Is the law says that they are changing the amount of money based on inflation and all the things. It changes. So honestly, don't ask me how much it is because I don't care. I just have the card, and the good thing is that with the meal vouchers, you can actually go to stores and buy food. So I can go if I don't use the money on the card for like my meals in restaurants or canteens or whenever. I can go to a grocery store and I can pay with it. But the fun part is you can take like normal food, and it doesn't. It can be literally like oil, sugar, salt. So you just buy the ingredients. You don't need to buy even like something like a meal. You can buy it,
Right.
and if you mix in there something like toothpaste or I don't know, food for cat food or something, it will be when you pay with the card, it will split. The system is set up that it will split the bill, and you can
mhm.
buy really only human food with that card because it's meant for food, and the rest you need to pay either cash or with a secondary or your normal credit card.
Sure, sure. That makes
Right.
sense. There are items that we have programs here. I think WIC is one of the names of them, and that's the same thing. Like you can buy uh, essential things, food. You know, like
Yeah,
grain, cereal,
yeah,
food. But you can't go and buy wine or
yeah, exactly.
stuff like
That's
that.
another thing. Like if I cannot pay for alcohol with a card.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah, it's there to sustain you, to keep the workforce alive, and you're also getting paid. So if you want some wine, well, that's your thing. You don't need it. What about things like toothpaste, toothbrush, soap? Those
No, no,
no.
no. It's not food.
Mm.
You can buy chewing gum, but you cannot buy toothpaste.
Huh. Hmm.
Ah,
Well, kind of need that, but okay. Yeah, I understand. It's a meal voucher. I get it. It's not
Yeah,
a living lifestyle voucher. It's a meal voucher. It's so you can eat and not starve. I
yeah,
still think that's cool. I mean, there's
and it's tax free. So you're not paying income tax from that money.
yeah,
And what I wanted to say that the company that the law says that you have a sum for a day. Let's say it's the €4 that I mentioned.
yeah.
uh-huh.
It may seem very low for like for a food, but definitely you can buy a basic lunch for it here in Slovakia. So it's not that it would be like extremely low. Uh, and the 65% of that money is provided by the company, and the rest the employer pays. So basically, it go like both sides participate on that amount. That's what the law says. But most of the companies present it as a benefit that they give you basically the whole amount. So the company, so you don't have to participate in the meal voucher. The company gives it to you as a full amount,
That
which is
sounds great.
yeah, it is because
Yeah.
so okay. In my case, or let's say in case of families with let's say standard or normal income, you don't have to be afraid that you don't think about not getting some type of food, but you have as well people who, let's say, struggle with the money and they have, let's say, little kids and everything. You can still ensure that they are not going to buy alcohol and cigarettes, that they are going to buy food for that money, because you cannot buy alcohol and cigarettes, and I'm talking about literally those who are like
Right.
the poor people and so on and so on, so who cannot
Right.
even allow to get some food. And that the poor people tend to spend more money on alcohol and cigarettes, so
Right,
that's
because they're looking for an escape of some kind.
yeah, something. So you have basically there some money sitting that provides you with warm meals. But the good thing is that in schools, the kids um, as well get there are like school canteens, and they are cooking the they are normally like there will be cooked food every day, and the kids pay, and now something like €1.20 a day, which is basically you cannot create a full menu with soup, main course, and a drink, and
Right.
eventually something like fruit, like apple or orange, or even a snack for 120. So you have it heavily supported by the state, by the Ministry of Education is paying the difference, because it's not even the ingredients you can buy for that amount of money, right?
Yeah.
So and the families that are really in the system listed as poor, or I don't know how is it called, like the proper wording would be something like
In need
in
or
need, whatever. Their children have to pay for their lunch as well, but they are literally paying 1 cent a day.
yeah. Well, do you know here, one of the reasons that, other than just having your kids around you all the time, one of the reasons people were uh, really upset about the schools closing because of the virus is a lot of families that are in need rely on the school and the system that we have in place to feed their kids.
Hmm.
And
Same
so
here, by the way. Yeah,
if they don't go to school, that family is not planned financially to feed them lunch,
yeah, something
because
like have
they
at
get,
least one warm meal a day. Yeah.
yeah. And so people were upset about that, and a lot of the people stepped up, and school systems and stuff started these drives where they still would make the lunch and they would take it to the families, or have them prepared, and the families can stop
Hmm.
by and pick up the lunch. Because you think about it, it's like, how much of a reliance is that on somebody who's growing up, is to eat, to not be exhausted from hunger.
Yeah.
uh, you know you can't learn, and suffer like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and look
Exactly.
at the if you look at military training, they focus a lot on when you eat, when you drink the water, stay hydrated, or when not to, for example. But they don't just torture you, and even in the survival classes where they do torture you into starvation, they show you how to fix it.
Yeah.
They show you how to find the food in the. I watched a big thing. It was the survival training. It was a mixed training of, I think it was Marines, Air Force, and Army, and I think it was all of them except for the Coast Guard. And they put them in the program. It was in the Sierra Nevada mountains, snowy mountains. The idea is they all bailed out of a plane. They didn't have to bail out of the plane. They got dropped off. But
Right.
basically, with some rudimentary survival gear, and basically made them stay up there for, I think it was like a couple weeks, living off the land. They showed them how to do it and stuff, and they'd stop by, and if people opted out, they'd fail the class, obviously, but they could opt out and get picked up. And the ones that passed, like, because they kept messing with them too. They kept thinking it was the final day, and they'd come get them on the big snowcat tank looking thing, and they all thought they were going home, and the officer was like, nope, this is phase 3. You're going to this place, and you're going to have to get this guy who's wounded out, so he can't walk. So you got to build, and so the people that ended up making it. This was a documentary. This was not survival. This was not on regular TV. It was a military thing.
Right.
It was like on the Pentagon channel. And the ones that made it, the average person had lost 40 pounds. 40 pounds.
Wow.
Because of the environmental harsh. Oh, and the other thing they'd do is when they got them in there, they'd acclimate them, and then every day they'd take away a piece of gear. So like the first day you're nice and warm, and it's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm taking away your outer layer. Now you're gonna have to survive like that, but to all of them, not individual, not just you, but and this one, they showed up and they didn't, they found them. They were like, they didn't know what was going on, and they came up, and basically the guy was like, okay, we are not an enemy force, but we are a force. You're here. We're basically not enemies. And so what do you say? What do you do? And, they were trading for food. And one of the, that's how the guy got injured. One of the persons in the training, snuck around and grabbed one of the rifles. It was a fake, it's not a real active rifle, right? It's one of those with the laser tag thing in the barrel. And to try to take the rifle, because he thought that was the way to get out of the situation. And the instructor was like, nope, wrong. Shot his rifle at the ground and said, I just shot him in the leg, so you got to carry him now. Nope, I'm willing to trade. And they got pissed off because one of them was hiding their snow pants, and he said he wanted snow pants and I'll trade for some soup. And he hid the snow pants, and they were pissed about that too. It was something about 40 pounds. You lost 40 pounds of your weight. And they looked like it too. They were emaciated, and they passed military survival training and a half. I would hate that. That looked like hell. It was like a 2-hour, thing, and it was well put together. But
they were young, right?
Well, they were young, but they were not. Yeah. This was not a standard training. This is something that you had to want to do, and you had to be elected to do as well. So it was like elite survival training. And the first thing they had to do was pick the rabbit. They had all these cute little bunnies. Like, you have to choose the rabbit. We're going to show you how to kill it, skin it, gut it, eat it. Use its just bladder as a water bottle and all this weird shit, and it was tough, man. It was tough looking. I don't know how I got onto that subject. Just one of those things that I do.
Yeah, we switched from starving kids to starving military guys. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I'll just shut up for a couple of minutes here.
No, why? It was interesting.
Why? This is
I don't know.
I
that gift of gab kicks in, and I just don't shut up.
I was blabbering here for 10 minutes as well before, so it's just fine, I think. Right, Captain? You opened the panel just for us to blabber away.
Well,
yeah.
I find it interesting because there are a lot of times that different channels have different topics that are usually set up, and this one is more free flowing. It's kind of like, for me, like a radio station.
I agree.
You listen to the people talking, and basically the topics depend on what the people call in about, or what's going on in their day, that kind of thing. Whereas a lot of the shows have a set topic, and there are going to be probably a few of those around. Probably not on the morning shows, but other things I have, there'll be a set topic. It'll be a Star Trek thing, or Star Wars, or whatever. But Morning Brew is just like a nerd talk. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's a brew. It's everything. I like it. Like it a lot. Yeah, and if you choose to designate a topic if something big is going on, sure. But a lot of the shows and won't mention any, but they'll set up a topic and say we're going to be talking about
Right.
this, and it barely gets touched on because it ends up being exactly that. It's like, oh, hey, that's an interesting question. Hey, how about that? Has nothing to do with the topic, and I think that's fine too. It's just that sometimes the topic is you run out of stuff to talk about it. Hey, guess what? I don't like Picard. Okay, next.
Exactly. Just another red shirt. Good morning.
Yes,
I'm
good
just
morning,
checking the
just in
chat.
the red shirt.
Yeah.
The red shirt.
And I'm checking the chat only if you are self-employed and you can deduct for equipment, phone lines, etc. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was just checking the chat so that nobody has nobody feels left outside while we are talking here about weird stuff. Anyway, okay. My cigarette box is empty. That's a problem.
Don't worry about it. Your windows are clean.
My windows are actually clean because I was cleaning the windows on when was it? Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, it was just a couple days ago. You were
Yeah.
trying to reach up on your ceiling and clean the skylight.
Skylight windows. Yeah, exactly. And the fun part is I missed one. I completely forgot about one. And I was like, okay, it will wait till spring.
Well, it's funny that the things that you were talking about the chat, the things that you remember. I remembered the story you told about the your mom and the cloth sticking to the window when it was freezing.
Yeah.
that actually stuck in my mind. It's funny. I
But
don't know why.
it's a true story. It's a true
I
story.
believe it.
Yeah. And the fun part is right now, my mom should. I want. It's like a tradition right now that she spends Christmas with us, but she lives basically in a different county, which is 25 miles away from here, and they are planning on a lockdown from the 21st. So I think she will have to come over on the 20th, because otherwise she won't be able to cross the county lines without paying. I don't know.
Is she going to stay with you for the lockdown?
You know what the fun part is? She can always go back to her county based on the license plate and everything. She won't have problems to go back. She only will have. She would only get problems. She would only have problems to get out of the county.
Huh.
So that's the fun
not
part.
that's not that weird. Just having the different jurisdictions with the.
Yeah,
but that's cool.
it's not even a different jurisdiction. It's basically just to understand, the Slovakia, once again, 5 million people, 5.4 million people. So literally, like a bigger city in the United States. The whole country, and it's so small that basically I think people in Texas would consider what I call cross-country driving. They would consider it commuting.
Yeah.
So, but it's still split into I call it county, but it's like regions, and basically they want to eliminate people like people moving from one end of the country to another and meeting with so that everybody stays at home and everybody stays safe.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we are not going to go anywhere. We are not going for hiking or skiing or anything like this. I just want to spend the time with my mother more than on a Skype session twice a week, so. But the good thing is she's driving, so she would just jump into her car and drive over. It's not a problem. I just hope that they won't do the lockdown earlier than the 21st, as they are talking right now. And if she had to come like on Sunday the 20th, I don't mind. So she will come over on the 20th, and then she will stay here like 2 weeks. Just to understand, I live in a house that has 5 bedrooms, and it's my
Mhm.
wife and myself. Plus,
That's right. And you have 3 bathrooms, and you keep them all clean.
yeah, exactly.
My memory works, pal. I
It
might
looks
not
like I'm
sound like
talking
it.
too. It looks like I'm talking too much about
No,
about my house.
no. I listen. When somebody talks, I listen. When I'm
Yeah.
not talking, which is always.
Well, that's the thing. We actually do listen to what others say, and so yeah, that was one of the things that stuck out.
Yeah,
You all have 3 bathrooms,
for people.
And he keeps them all clean, including the
yeah,
one that he doesn't use very much.
Exactly.
yes, old media guy. More cats for Joseph.
More cats for Joseph. Joseph has only 4 cats. Exactly what I need is like more cats and more litter boxes in the house.
Let me ask you this: how would your wife feel about that?
I told you I'm literally one house animal away from being homeless. So, because it's me who is dragging all those poor animals over here. But you know what? I can tell you that right now I have no idea where. I know that the dogs are downstairs right now, but where the cats are, no freaking idea. They might be outside in the garden somewhere, or inside somewhere under the sofa, on the sofa, in the sink, because that's one of their favorite places for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And no, I do want to tell people, anyone who's interested, Loki is starting this morning, and
I have a call like literally in 2 minutes, so I need to drop
that's
off.
about that's about when he starts. But
Yeah.
I'll go
All right.
ahead and drop the link in the chat. That way, anybody interested can go to that, because Mexican Iron Man will be there today. And I do want to thank everybody in chat and everybody on the panel, particularly
Thank you very much for having me on the panel.
JP's,
entertaining.
Joseph. Well, thank you. You actually provide a lot of interesting stories and information. Let's see here. Dave G. Sound, Professor Brady Specs, Bird of Prey 5. There have been quite a few people on the panel this morning. And I will be on again tomorrow, hopefully with some good news from the doctor. I doubt I'll have the results by then, but at least maybe he'll have some better options for me as far as wound therapy. So we'll find out then. But again, thank you for coming, and everyone have a great day.
You too. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tolerating me.